let's road trip to Seattle. I'm driving my BMW X5 and I'll be taking my aunt all the way to Seattle through Crater Lake and Mount Rainier. Half the trip will be on highway and the other half will be back roads and a little bit of off-road. I'll sprinkle in some high quality photography and let's get going. On Tuesday afternoon, we left the Bay Area, taking I-5 north. This is how clean my car looks at our first rest stop. We stopped again at Redding, California for the Sundial Bridge. Once we get up to the Shasta area, there are a lot of lakes. This is my favorite section. And of course, there is Mount Shasta. We watched the sunset as we crossed into Oregon and spent the night in Medford. On day 2, we make our way to Crater Lake. Crater Lake is the deepest lake in the US, formed from a collapsed volcano and featuring steep blue water and the Wizard Island. We met some bikers with their dog from San Diego. We did a bit of off-road, watched the sunset, and crossed the Columbia River into Washington at twilight. At Yakima, Washington, we stayed in a historic building with tons of old photos, and this is what the town looks like now. After that hearty breakfast, we continued on to Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is an active volcano and is the most glaciated peak in the lower 48 states. You just can't come to Washington State without visiting the most iconic landscape. After going through a couple really cool tunnels and overlooking cliffs, there it is, Mount Rainier. On the way out, we passed through a dense patch of forest that resembles Twilight, the vampire werewolf movies. We arrived in Seattle just in time for a dinner reservation on Alki Beach with a good friend of mine. A short walk from our hotel is the Pike Place Market, where we had fresh scallops for breakfast. It was so crowded we couldn't even get our coffee here. On to the last stop, the Touratech store. It's really cool to see these motorcycle accessories on display, and always a pleasure talking to the adventure experts at Touratech. They actually gave me a set of cruise tools to review in the near future. Now that my aunt and I are both happy, it's time to head back to the Bay Area. We got back at 4:30 the next morning. It took me a few days to recover and a few more to make this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. Usually I make classic retro cars and motorcycle videos, but I appreciate any feedback you have on these travel vlogs. That's it for today's video. I'm your host Kong Wen, and I will see you next week with something amazing.